Hello. The look on my face is the look of jet lag. I was just in Japan for a few weeks, and that's a great thing to do. But boy, did my eyes hurt. In an incredible feat of synchronicity, I was in Japan. The new season of Star Wars Visions is coming in like a week, I think. And the only Star Wars toy, in fact, I think the only toy that I bought in Japan this time around was this SH Figuarts Am from Star Wars Visions episode The Twins. Got it at the Annie store, and the delight that I got this for $80 when to get it here in Canada would cost me like $150. Let's pop this thing open and see what's going on. It's an episode called The Twins. It's about twins. She's one of the twins. The other twin is Kare. I didn't buy Kare. I don't, this, ironically, given that I just spent $80 on a toy from it, not my favorite Visions episode. It's a little bit too, I do really like the design of this character, obviously. I mean, fantastic looking design. But the other twin is just kind of like a blonde Han Solo wannabe, and it just didn't appeal to me. But this, I think, will look very good on the shelf. Craziest thing happened to me when I was in Tokyo, by the way. So I have all but given up on Hot Toys. There's a Hot Toys 3PO right there. There's Rey, but I don't really collect Hot Toys anymore. But in spite of that, I didn't have anything to do on a rainy Saturday night, so I went to the Hot Toys store. They have a storefront in Tokyo called Toy Sapiens, and I'm just kind of nosing around. And this, you want to talk about sorry, I'm not meaning to be threatening. I'm trying to get through this cellophane. You want to talk about a small world? Here we go. I am in a Hot Toys store in Tokyo, Japan, which is not my home. I am in that store for at most 9 minutes. I'm there all the way from Toronto, Canada. Hot Toys store, for those who don't know, I certainly didn't know this before I got there, they don't just sell Hot Toys in there. They actually have a variety of different, they probably had some of these, but they have like a variety of different toy lines, particularly stuff from the West that you can't get as readily in Japan. So they actually have a vintage collection, Star Wars The Vintage Collection and Black Series, but we don't care about that, like wall section with latest releases on it. And I'm standing in front of that thing regarding it, thinking to myself, Star Wars figures. And a guy is like, excuse me, are you? And he recognized me from this channel. And he's in Japan from Perth, Australia. This young fellow's name was Adam. And I'm in Japan from Toronto. And we're standing in front of the Star Wars section of the Hot Toys store. And he recognizes me from these videos. Again, you think the world is so big. It's not like I have 1 million followers. I've got like maybe 300 followers. The fact that this person was there at that exact moment and recognized me and thought to say hello is so beautiful. So hello, Adam. I'm so glad that you reached out, and I hope the rest of your trip was as enjoyable and profitable as mine was. Instructions. Now, this is the thing about Figuarts. They don't skimp on the stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening here. Oh. Like, look at that cape. That is a soft goods wired cape. Oh, Hasbro, we used to be able to count on you. I mean, they never did wired capes, but it is a tremendous shame, I think, that until very recently, the Star Wars Visions line was completely ignored by Hasbro. They have done Ronin, I know, and I think the droid. They've done Ronin and the droid in the Black Series. No sign of them in the Vintage Collection. As with so much, like in this preponderance of Star Wars material that's come out of the Disney era, I get that Hasbro just kind of can't do everything, but boy, some of these characters, like the thing about, look, first of all, if you don't like Visions, or if you haven't watched Visions, get on that. Get watching Visions, because it's crazy good stuff. And because of the nature of the program, which is basically we're just gonna, brainstorm around some Star Wars visuals and kind of come up with stories that fit them. Some of the stuff they came out with is just incredible. I'm a huge fan of, well, I mean, I'm a fan of most of it. I love The Village Bride. That's my favorite episode. I love The Ninth Jedi, like a lot of people. Sith in the second season, Screecher's Reach in the second season. The I can't remember what it's called, but the one with the French, I don't know, what do you want, restaurant, bar, and the spies in the second season. There's so much great stuff in that show. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do for season 3. I think season 3 is the last one. But anyway, Am here is 1, blonde, 2, wearing a Darth Vader suit, and 3, she is about, I'm guessing, Black Series scale. Let's pull Bix down and do a quick side by side. Yeah, like she'll fit pretty well with any Black Series figures that one happens to have, but it's obviously a slightly different design aesthetic. But I don't care. As I've said before, I prefer, if you're going to do an animated character, go with animated styling, and they did a fantastic job with her. I like that, the head sculpt that she comes wearing quite a bit. But if you don't, holy cow, does this girl come with faces. So she comes with a screaming face. She comes with a I don't know, grimacing face. She comes with a face that's going, oh! And she comes with her evil helmet. So 5 different looks that you can go with on Am there. And, you know, swap out hands, obviously. For some reason, she comes with the Iron Spider's back piece. No, it's because at some point in the show, she was wielding, she was like, dual wielding is for suckers. I'm quadro wielding, and she popped this out of her back. Something like that. Pretty good. Actually, she can also hold 2 lightsabers. Well, she can also dual wield while quadro wielding, which would mean that she was sexta wielding? I don't know. Anyway, this is gonna look great. This is such a striking visual object. Like, she's just, this is fantastic. I'm gonna have to put some work into posing on this before I really finalize. Golly, what a toy. And you know, here's a fun fact about me. Any lined piece of clothing, anything where the clothing is one color on the outside and then there's a bit of pop in the lining, that is entirely up my street. That's what I'm looking for. I have very few Figuarts anymore. I've got Carol. Can you see her? Yeah, you can see her feet. Carol, Captain Marvel, up there. And Rey. I got Last Jedi Rey here somewhere, but can't even see her right now. There's just too many toys, everybody. But for the most part, I kind of got out of Figuarts a few years ago because it just... Oh, I got Doctor Strange. That's a good Figuart. But yeah, I got out of it because it was just... I was condensing, you know, too many lines, too many things. But this is a nice souvenir of a trip to Japan. Very, very appropriate. Look at that girl. Perfect anime killer. Fantastic work. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'll be back next week. I got the new Obi-Wan Kenobi and Stormtrooper to open, so I'll be doing them next. Let me know if you are also a Figuarts collector. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you've ever been in the Hot Toy store in Tokyo and run into a fellow collector from another side of the planet, because that's fascinating. And I'll talk to you soon.